this up to you, to those who could not. So I'm recording this so for those who could not log in at this time. So that's okay. So what I'm going to be doing is we're just going to be going over attendance and whatnot today. Okay, so good morning. How is everybody? Okay, so hold on, let me just doing a few things over here. If you guys have any questions, you guys can put them in the chat. All right. So right now, I hope you guys can see my screen. Let me just minimize this for a minute. All right. So right here is the stream page. The stream page is the main page. I gave you guys your class schedule. If anybody has any questions about technology, like if you have to share computers at home, or if you need more computers at home, please let me know. There is a survey going out for you guys. All right, so today I want you guys to click on today's initial activity, which is 3/23/20, and you guys are going to be answering these questions on how you guys feel like you guys have been growing as an artist. And you guys are just going to click view. You guys should have the turn-in option. I don't have the turn-in option because I'm on the teacher end, where you guys can just copy and paste these and then answer these in a paragraph format of at least 8 sentences. All right. So I attached a Google slide of what we're talking about today. So let me just load it up with you guys. So I notice people are still logging in. Don't worry if you missed the beginning of this. This conversation is being recorded so that I can show it to you guys. I'm so used to regular PowerPoint. Okay. So today, guys, you guys are gonna, I have these all on the main page as well. You guys are gonna be explaining how you guys feel like you have grown as an artist since September. All right. There's 4 questions. So you're basically writing 2 questions about two sentences about each. What is your biggest struggle so far in art, and how did you overcome these struggles? So when I say overcome a struggle, I mean, how are you guys problem solving this? Whether you're asking for help, are you going online and researching how to do a tutorial on your own? Are you asking me for help? Have you asked a classmate for help? Have you been practicing the things that you're doing to help be more successful as an artist? Since September, which is your favorite project? Explain which one. And since September, which is your project you least like, and explain why. I usually like to put those 2 questions in so I know how to keep moving on with my curriculum. All right, so what I want you guys to do, these are the 4 questions that you have to write in paragraph format. So you're not writing the question and then answering the question. You're writing it in one big paragraph, answering all these questions inside of it. Please submit this before midnight tonight, and that's how you guys are going to get your attendance. So let me explain to you how you guys are going to be held accountable for your grade. You guys will be having an initial activity. So for example, here's your initial activity for today. You will be having that initial activity, and it will need to be completed before midnight. Okay? We are asking you guys to please make sure you guys are doing a face-to-face with us. I chose the app Zoom because I can record what we're saying and post it up for that day in case somebody could not make it on for that day, so they're not missing class. But I am giving you guys till midnight every day. to submit your initial activity. But we are expecting you guys to try to log on to do this face-to-face so we can check in every day for the 20 minutes. So there's a lot to do in 20 minutes for our initial activity for the day that we're going to be going over, all right? Please make sure you are logging on and doing the initial activities before midnight and submitting it before midnight, okay? Why do you guys have some funny pictures going on here? If you guys cannot make the face-to-face, I'm recording these and I will be posting these back onto our main page daily. Okay. Let me exit the slide. So going back here, you guys should have the turn-in option on this side. It is worth 40 points, and this is how I am grading you guys. I can see 7 people have already turned it in, which is amazing, and I see some of you guys have done it in paragraph format, which is even more amazing. If you guys are having any struggles with writing, please, you can either do it you can even do it in Google Docs if you want to do it in Google Docs first, and then copy and paste it over as well. So let me just go over some other things that we have going on this page. So every morning you guys will have an initial activity posted. All right. If you guys forget the Zoom number, this is the Zoom number that you guys are dialing into. The sketchbook. Some people have been asking me, Mrs. Simonsen, you gave us a sketchbook, the first sketchbook assignment. So we do have, oh, amazing. I got 6 more to grade. So the first sketchbook assignment, which was technically due yesterday, but if you turn it in tonight, you guys, that's fine as well. So the first assignment was you guys are making a poster about the coronavirus. Unfortunately, we're all living it, and I just want you guys to get a little bit more information of talking about it yourself and what you guys know about it. I want you guys to use colored pencils for this project. I did notice some people just use graphite. That is fine. And I want you guys to remember the techniques that we learned in class. Whether you're using just the graphite, you got to add value, or colored pencils, you got to remember you got to use the analysis colors to build up the values. So don't forget to layer your colors. Make sure you guys are reading these assignments because I am putting specific details. And for those of you who did not have the chance, I did put on a video about colored pencils from YouTube, which is going to be fun.
In today's video, we're getting back to basics, so stick around. Hello, I'm Rachel from Pencil Stash, your one-stop shop for everything adult coloring related. Here we do tips, tricks, and demonstrations. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and if you like the video, leave me a like. And don't forget to stick around, where we will be announcing this week's featured work from our Facebook group and Instagram. I'll be covering 5 essential techniques you'll want to utilize if you're a newbie to adult coloring. So let's head over to my desk and we'll get started. In today's lesson, I'll be going through 6 essential tips for using colored pencils. Whether that's for drawing or adult coloring use, these tips are universal. Now, I've spoken about each of these before in past videos, but today I'm going to take you through real-time demonstrations for each. And those 6 essential tips you should know and be practicing are pressure, stroke, layering, blending, highlight, and shadow. And these skills may not come overnight, actually they won't come overnight, but keeping each of them in mind when you're working on a page will, believe me, come in handy. So let's get started. Our first topic is pressure. This is how hard you're pressing the pencil tip into the page. Different pressures will transfer different amounts of pigment. Many of us have a tendency to be heavy-handed with our pressure, so if you're having trouble being light, hold the pencil in your hand further back away from the tip. This makes it more difficult to push so hard. Then move your hand further up for medium pressure and even further for hard pressure. With light pressure, you keep your options open for many different techniques such as layering and blending, which we'll get into later, but you'll see that when applying light pressure, the coverage you get is minimal, meaning it leaves lots of white space, so you may need several passes of color to get the coverage you desire. Medium pressure allows you more coverage and more pigment into the paper. Hard pressure applies the most saturated pigment, but limits your ability to layer other colors into it or on top of it. You'll also notice that even though I've used the same colored pencil in all three of these circles, I've achieved almost 3 different colors based on the pressure I've used. So this is another useful skill to extend the color range at your disposal. Next is the different pencil strokes you can use. When you color with pencils, your strokes are fairly visible, so you either want to blend those out or use them to your advantage. In the first circle, I'm demonstrating just a standard straight line pencil stroke. If the lines are going to be visible, it helps to have them all moving in one direction in a given area. It's tempting to keep turning the page to get into all the areas, but keeping it consistent will give you a cleaner look, and using consistent pressure can even help you hide those strokes. And you can always blend out your stroke marks later. Next is circular strokes. This can help you get into tight corners or even circles like this one. It can also be an interesting texture if you like the look. And here's hatching or cross-hatching. You do your lines in one direction, then turn the page into the opposite direction. This technique gives you lots of coverage, and you can even play with the pressure of your lines to add visible texture. Next is layering. Layering is one of my favorite techniques and will make a huge difference if you use this in your adult coloring. Only using one color in a given area can leave your page looking flat, but layering color can add much needed life. You can also accomplish colors you don't currently have by combining 2 to make a third like I do here. Watch as I layer these 2 greens using light pressure to make a third color. Remember to use light pressure with this technique in order to keep the ability to layer as many colors as you'd like. Next is blending, another of my favorites. This technique gives you that ultra smooth, vibrant look that gives you a great finish. So I've simply copied the above combined green colors into the 3 circles below, so we're starting from the same point on all 3. Luckily, there's several different ways to blend, and all give a slightly different outcome. First, we'll blend with the lightest of the 2 colors we've already used. You need to use medium to hard pressure here.
So ladies and gentlemen, as she's doing this, she is burnishing, all right? She's doing a little bit harder pressure to blend, so keep that in mind. A lot of you guys forget to burnish. We don't want to see the tooth of the paper. And we can recall what the tooth is as the whiteness of the paper.
Next, we use a Prismacolor colorless blending pencil.
Or a
These are
white
available
pencil.
on Amazon in packs of 2 for just a few dollars and worth every penny. This pencil contains the same wax substance as your colored pencils, but has no pigment in it, so it simply pushes the pigment already there into the adjacent areas and blends them together.
We were using a white pencil, because that's something that she would show next as well. So the white pencil or the colorless pencil, as you can see, just brings the colors together.
And last, we'll use the white pencil that comes with our colored pencil set. This acts much like the blending pencil, but does have white pigment in it. It'll give you a similar look, but it can come out a little bit milky, so just keep that in mind.
All right, I'm gonna pause this video here for a minute. You guys can continue to watch that on your own. But I did post that. But don't be afraid, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid to look up on YouTube for your own techniques and stuff like that, all right? So you guys can get this done. If you guys don't have it, please message me privately if you don't have the materials to get this done. Because I did also put towards the bottom of this page, I believe I emailed it to you guys on PupilPat, what you guys need. You all should have sketchbooks. That's something that was required since September. If you don't, I did place links from Michael's. I also put up a link here. I don't know if this code works anymore, but if you Google codes for Michael's, I'm sure you can get them delivered to your house. Sketching pencils, these are just different pencils, colored pencils. These are ones that I thought were pretty good to use, but if you're getting Crayola, that's fine. Whatever you guys can afford, whatever you guys can find. These were just my suggestions, especially if you want to continue to practice being a good artist. All right? All right, so that's just what you guys want to do. All right, so hold on 1 minute. All right, so let me go back into the chat. So if you guys have any questions, you can post them in the chat. I believe I also just unmuted everybody. No. Hold on, this is getting hard. So does anybody have any questions about anything? You guys can post them in the chat. Somebody's drawing on the page, that's great. Why is the video chat so loud? I'm sorry. I'm guessing in the video chat is loud because you have your volume up so high. All right, so I just, if anybody has any questions, you guys can just ask out.
Okay.
Nice. So the project that was due yesterday/today is the coronavirus poster. So please get those in. That's counting as your attendance as well. Also due today, like I mentioned earlier, is the paragraph about how you guys are feeling about your own work, your initial activity today. That's being counted how you guys are being counted as attendance. Any other questions, anybody? Because we have 1 more minute. How's everybody enjoying their classes so far? How's your online learning going? Gee, you guys are so chit-chatty in class. You guys don't want to chit-chat over here? Okay. Well, guys, it's 10:35 on my end. If you guys have any more questions, Johnson, yes, you have to answer all the questions. If you guys have any questions, please put them either, you can message to me privately. I'm trying to get back to everybody as soon as possible. You're answering all the questions in paragraph format, not in question format, in paragraph format. So you're taking all the questions and you're answering them in paragraph format. Okay? All right, guys, that's it.